Black woman gives birth to white baby, then her husband sees him and cries uncontrollably. Imagine your girl, you black, your girl black. Imagine your girl having a white baby. You be like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't be mad. I would be kind of shocked. Cause who you been fucking?
Sometimes the most amazing miracle happens in ways we can't explain. When this black woman gave birth to her white baby boy, she couldn't believe it. However, when her husband saw him for the first time, he couldn't stop crying. After Catherine was done with college, she decided to get a job so she could cater to her needs and become independent. Fortunately,
wait, I thought the husband was gonna be black and the baby came out white. Her husband was white and her child came out pure white. That's insane, bro.
a miracle happens in
Wait, that's
ways we
actually
can't explain.
insane, bro.
When this black woman gave birth to
His
her white
baby is white. Like, bro, if you, this child
baby
look
boy,
white.
she couldn't believe it. However, when her husband saw him for the first time, he couldn't stop crying. After Catherine was done with college, she decided to get a job so she could cater to her needs and become
I
independent.
ain't gonna lie, he look like he's scared niggas, bro. So how the fuck did he even get a girl? He's ugly as shit, bro. To be honest, bro, the crazy thing is, bro, you can be an ugly ass nigga and get females, bro. You can, bro, trust me, you can get a girl,
It didn't take her
bro.
long to land the job as a financial analyst. Every day, she'd leave her house for work and come back exhausted. Although she now had a well-paying job and was doing well for herself, she still felt that there was something missing in her life.
Not you.
Good relationship. The
Oh,
black
well.
woman from Milton
Child.
Keynes, England, hadn't found the right
Bro,
person
this
to share
kid
her life.
is white, bro. This kid is white. If I was to see this kid, bro, I'll ask her. I'll be thinking like she babysitting. Is this her like nephew or some shit? I would not think it's her kid. How did he come out this white? How? Like
Who
how?
was not looking for it. Her last relationship had almost plunged her into depression, and as a result, she had made a huge decision that her family hadn't been happy with. Catherine had decided not to fall in love again and rather focus on her career. Months
Nothing wrong with
went by,
that, bro.
And the woman with Nigerian heritage embraced the loneliness of being single. Little did she know something truly remarkable was about to happen. You see, true love found her when she least expected it. On a Saturday night,
Okay.
Catherine went out to a restaurant for a drink to relax after a stressful week at work. A few minutes later, an unfamiliar man greeted her and introduced himself as Richard Howard. He told her he had been observing her for a while and couldn't help but talk to her. She was completely surprised as she couldn't remember the last time someone really wanted to have a conversation with her.
Okay,
They
okay.
chatted for a long time and exchanged phone numbers. That night, something clicked between them, and Catherine was reminded of the beauty of relationships. Richard always made sure to check on her, and she sent her sweet messages to brighten up her days. In
And the
no
crazy
time-
thing is, in this generation, you can't do that, bro. You can't send those sweet messages no more. You can't really act like a, you know what I'm saying, caring for real. Like nowadays, you have to like kind of not care about your female a little bit for her to like really fuck with you. Like you kind of have to not care about her a little bit. Like what the fuck? Like it's so backwards. It's so backward nowadays, bro. Like you gotta act like you really don't. You gotta really act like nonchalant type, like you really don't give a fuck type, to like for your female to really like you. It's kind of weird, bro.
They became good
So
friends
weird.
and started seeing each other often. Catherine was glad that she now had someone who really cared about her. However, her awful experiences in her previous relationship still haunted her. She didn't want to be left heartbroken again. Although he hadn't asked her for a real date yet, she knew there was a possibility of that happening very soon. She kept hanging out even more with him, and as the days went by, they both realized that they wanted more than just friendship.
Okay.
2 months later,
Shit
they
getting
just
serious.
finally started dating. Their relationship got stronger with each passing day, and they fell madly in love with each other.
That nigga look
Catherine loved the
old.
way Richard treated her. She knew she wanted to spend the rest of her life with him, but she wasn't so sure if he felt the same way. So she waited to see if he would make the next big move. One evening, while
Okay.
having dinner alone in her apartment, she heard a knock on the door. Who could it be at that time of the night? she
Richard.
thought. Little did she know there was a surprise waiting for her on the other side of the door. As soon as she opened the door, she couldn't believe what he saw. Right in front of her was Richard.
Oh!
Diamond ring. Will you marry me and be the mother of my kids? he asked with a smile on his face.
Damn!
Catherine couldn't hold back the tears that came streaming down her cheeks. She couldn't believe that after all the pains she had been through, Fortune finally was smiling at her. In between tears, she embraced him and agreed to marry him. A few months later, they tied the knot and started trying for a baby.
Like, bro, imagine you like getting on your knees, her like tell your female you want to marry her, and then she just curve you, bro. That's gonna be tough, bro. That's probably on my only
Adorable
fear.
kids who would play around the house was what they both wanted from life. Fortunately, they got their heart's desire almost immediately. One day, during a visit to the hospital, the doctor told them they would be having a baby. They were over the moon and without hesitation started making preparations for their baby's arrival. They went to a store and got baby dresses, napkins, feeding bottles, and other things. They also decorated a room where their unborn child would stay. They just couldn't hide their excitement about having a baby together. They still didn't know the sex, but they both
This video
agreed
kinda
that the child
scared
was
me a little
boy
bit, bro.
and would name him Jonah. A few months into the pregnancy, it was finally time for them to find out the sex of the baby. The excited couple got into their car and drove straight down to the hospital. After the scan, the doctor told them that Catherine was having a boy. Richard and his wife were overwhelmed with joy when they heard the news. Catherine said, "When she told us we'd be having a boy, we were so excited. It felt like we were on cloud nine. We couldn't believe we'd be having a son soon." The woman and her husband kept attending regular medical checkups at the hospital. Thankfully, there was no problem with their baby. However, they didn't know they were in for a tremendous surprise. As the day of the delivery got closer, the British couple couldn't wait to have their son. Finally,
British?
on June 1st, it was time for them to have their baby delivered. The nurses took Catherine into the delivery room, and while she was there, her husband kept praying for her and the baby. He was more nervous than he had ever been. A few hours later, his wife became the proud mom of a lovely baby boy. As a first-time mother, Catherine was so happy to have given birth to her baby boy without any complications. However, when the midwife handed her the baby, she noticed something strange. Her newborn was completely white with
Damn! No lick of black, bro. He's straight up white.
lovely blue eyes. How was that even possible? Her husband was white, but she was black with Nigerian heritage. Her parents were also black. Catherine couldn't just understand why her son was white. The black mom thought the doctors might have given her the wrong child, but they confirmed that the baby she had in her arms was truly hers. A few minutes later, the doctors broke the news to her husband. Filled with joy and excitement, he ran into the room. As he saw his little boy, he was completely stunned. "Why is my son white?" he asked the doctors. At the moment, they didn't have the answer and left the room to carry out some tests on the newborn. In the meantime, Richard held his baby and felt the greatest love he had ever experienced in his life. "When I first set eyes on my baby boy Jonah, I felt pure delight and relief that he was healthy and strong. His complexion was very pale due to the umbilical
Yes,
cord being
he's
wrapped
very
around his
pale,
neck
bro.
when he was being delivered. Then his color came to his cheeks, but his skin remained pretty fair. My wife and I noticed his complexion was very similar to mine. We were quite surprised and couldn't believe it," he recalled. After a couple of hours, the doctors came back with the test results and
Okay.
explained to the amazed couple
So
that
what
Catherine
happened?
was carrying a recessive gene in her DNA. Although her parents and family members were black, there must have been a white gene in her family that had remained dormant for many years. As a result, Catherine had given birth to a white baby. The doctors told
That's
the couple
crazy.
their son was special because that unusual combination of his parents' genes made him a one-in-a-million surprise. Richard couldn't contain his joy and broke down crying. "We had been a little scared, but after the doctors explained everything to us, I felt a huge wave of relief and pride. It was the best moment of my life," the happy father explained. Amazingly, the doctors at the hospital revealed to him and his wife that their son would most
Damn.
likely keep his skin color. They also told him he had no traces of being an albino. A few days later, the new parents were back home with little Jonah and started their lives as a
Damn.
family of 3. Their story went viral soon, and they got invited to several interviews. The birth of their unique child also attracted a lot of attention in their neighborhood. "Whenever we walk with our baby down the street, we get so much attention. We always get stopped by people asking, 'Is this your baby?' They tell us he's a cute baby and we should put him into modeling," Catherine said in an interview. The Nigerian woman and her husband hope to have more kids in the future. However, doctors disclosed to them that the chance of having another baby that looks like Jonah is very slim. As many neighbors had predicted, when their little
nigga-
boy was just 3
That nigga is one of a kind, bro. Damn, this nigga gonna be special, bro. This nigga gonna be worth like millions, nigga.
months old, he took the modeling world by storm. He was signed by 5 of the country's top agencies and appeared in
Trying
various
to tell you, bro. Look, see? That nigga already getting to the rack shack like 3 months.
photo shoots. Without a doubt, the future looks very bright for this special baby boy. Jonah is truly a star, and we can't wait to see where life takes him next.
That was crazy, bro.